to shame in our life. But I think it can take God time to work through those issues for us. I've also shared this before, but I'll never forget being in this counseling room with an intake counselor, and they were asking somebody that I was with, somebody who'd spent a lot of time just with a tough life, and they asked him, "Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of living the life that you've been living?" And to be honest with you, I remember sitting there thinking, I feel like I'm tired. I feel like I'm tired. And so even for us, this idea of aren't you tired? And by the way, sometimes we get tired, we just don't get enough sleep, but I think this idea sometimes that we can be overwhelmed and it can just really wear us out. So I wanted to look at this story. It's a very familiar story from Luke chapter 5, but it's about the paralyzed man and his friends who brought him to be healed by Jesus. So let's kind of look at the story. Luke 4 kind of helps us to understand what is happening in Jesus' life and in the community. But, so Jesus says, "Be quiet, come out of him." And then the demon threw the man down before them all and came out without injuring him. And it says, all the people were amazed and said to each other, "What words these are? What authority and power he gives. He gives orders to impure spirits, and they come out." And so Jesus is doing this kind of ministry all over. And Luke says, and the news about him spread throughout the surrounding area. And so here with our story, we see kind of the results of some of this. So it says, one day, and the Pharisees and the teachers of the law were sitting there. So Jesus is teaching, the Pharisees, teachers of the law, the disciples, and some other members of the crowd that were all gathered around him. But Luke says they had come from every village of Galilee, Judea, and Jerusalem. So these Pharisees and teachers of the law had come from everywhere, all over Israel. And then Luke says the power of the Lord was with Jesus to heal the sick. So I want us to think for a moment just about this story, who this Jesus is, this Jesus in the story. Now, we have the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, and they're all gathered there trying to figure out who he is. He's obviously doing incredible things, and so they're there to listen to him teach and see what he does. And just parenthetically, I want to say this. I hope for you that you find Jesus to be more than someone to believe in, just in case this is all true. And I've heard people comment like that. At least if it's true. And it's like, if it's true, it is true. And I get what people are saying, but a lot of times people approach Jesus, well, just in case he's the Son of God, I believe in him. So even for the religious leaders, it's like, who is this Jesus? Even for us, it's like, who is this Jesus, and how does he interact and intersect with our lives? So hopefully he's more